Disclaimer: efforts have been made to not to infringe any copyright. If so, it may be brought to the notice for acknowledgement in future editions. No parts of this digital content may be reproduced, stored, or distributed in any or by any means either on paper or electronic media unless authorized. Module 4: Understanding Data Entry Services. In this module, we will discuss about data entry services, data entry standards, data entry errors. Data entry services. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand how to perform data entry work using a personal computer and appropriate softwares. Identify the ways to enter, update, research, verify, and retrieve data from various systems. As a data entry operator, you will have to perform various functions like updating, maintaining, and retrieving information held on computer system, transferring information that is on paper to computer files, paying attention to details. You will need to have good mathematics and English skills and also have basic knowledge of word processing, spreadsheets, and databases. Key responsibilities of a data entry operator. The responsibility of a data entry operator is to maintain extreme confidentiality, prioritize incidents, verify accuracy of data, make necessary changes or corrections, provide assistance in building robust data management system, maintain the knowledge base of the known problem, retrieve information in the right format at the right time, manage workflow, escalate when necessary. Let us discuss about each responsibility in detail. Number 1. Maintain extreme confidentiality. A key issue that needs to be carefully handled is the clause on data confidentiality. As a data entry operator, it is your responsibility to maintain the confidentiality of client's data and not reveal it to any person other than the client, as it can lead to the misuse of data. Number 2. Prioritize incidents. As a data entry operator, you will need to prioritize service requests according to organizational guidelines and understand the importance of documenting, classifying, prioritizing service request. A priority is the combination of urgency and impact. Urgency is how critical the incident is to the customer, and the impact refers to the extent of disruption. Priority is equal to urgency plus impact. For example, the request is made by the company for opening of salary account of 40 people who have newly joined the association. Out of these 40 people, 20 have completed the documentation, but rest 20 didn't provide their address proof. So to obtain their address proof, work is on the urgency basis. Otherwise, the impact will be that the salary account will not be opened. Number 3. Verifying accuracy of data. Simply relying on the accuracy of data is not a good practice, and it becomes a data entry operator's job to verify the accuracy of data. To do this, one should cross-verify each and every data before entering. This is really important, as inaccurate data can lead to wrong information and erroneous reports. Always remember to transcribe, enter, and verify data from the variety of source material, including financial, personal, police, and other records of reports. Obtains source documents from various departments, public, agencies, etc., and verifies accuracy of material prior to input. Transcribe the selected data into a computer and scan source documents in accordance with specific program instructions. Compare transcribed data as displayed on a visual screen with the source document and correct any errors. For example, entering data for electoral rolls of a village and checking it against the source document or ration card applications, etc. Number 4. Make necessary changes or corrections. Even after performing the verification process, there may be some data errors. So it is the data entry operator's responsibility to make necessary corrections as per the instructions and common logic before entering onto the system. Always remember to determine the cause of error message while entering the data and make appropriate corrections. Maintain files of source document or other information relative to data entered. Number 5. Provide assistance in building robust data management system. As data entry operators are the backbone of effective and efficient data management systems, they must work to build a robust data management system for any business need. Always remember to record and perform the service request accurately as per organizational processes and policies. Assist in or perform the filing and storage of security and backup data files. Evaluate the adequacy of existing help desk feedback system and suggest improvements. Number 6. Maintain a knowledge base of known problems. The data entry operator must understand the importance of documenting, classifying, prioritizing service requests, and always do so to establish and maintain a knowledge base of known problems of the industry and organization he works with. The data entry operator must know the typical problems raised by customers and their solution, including workaround, alternate situational solution, and typical response times and service times for problems. For example, data entry to facilitate the electronic voting system involves entering the personal data of all the adult population in a constituency. Typical problems will be incomplete forms, illegible forms, missing data, etc. Number 7. Workflow management. Other responsibilities for a data entry operator include communicating with managers and maintaining proper information flow and having general business awareness and necessary information. Additionally, it includes coordinating with other data centers and information points, coordinating with managers for generating necessary reports, understanding important and key business information, and prioritizing it. A data entry operator may need to perform various backup or relief clerical duties as needed, that is, switchboard, receptionist, fingerprinting, etc., and also evaluate the adequacy of existing help desk feedback system and suggest improvements. Number 8. Maintaining extreme confidentiality. A key issue that needs to be carefully handled is the clause on data confidentiality. Data of any client must not be leaked to any other person without the permission of the client. In order to maintain data confidentiality, you have to be extremely cautious and follow stringent rules. Number 9. Escalate when necessary. It means to refer the problem to a competent technical support team if it cannot be resolved by the operator. The data entry operator can obtain help or advice from specialists if the problem is outside his area of competence or experience. The data entry operator should engage with both internal and external specialists for support in order to perform the desired task. Undertaking data entry services. Data entry services include database creation, creating tables, adding data to your database, querying a database, relational database design. Creating a database. With database management systems, many tasks can be done either via programmatically or a user interface. Option 1. Programmatically. Many database administrations use structured query language (SQL) to perform many of their database tasks. To enter SQL, you need to open an interface that allows you to enter your code. For example, if you use SQL Server, you would normally use Query Analyzer. Option 2. User interface. Most database systems make it very easy to create a database via a user interface. Generally, it's just a matter of selecting an option from a menu, then providing a name for your database. To create a database, from the File menu, click on New Database. Choose Blank Database. MS Access also gives the ability to choose from a template, but we will just use a blank database here. Choose a location to save the database. Once you have completed the above task, you should see a blank database like this. Database tables. In database term, a table is responsible for storing data in a database. Database tables consist of rows and columns. In the given image, the second row is highlighted in black. In this image, the second column is highlighted in black. This column has been given a name of first name. A row consists each record in the table and the column is responsible for defining the type of data that goes into each cell. Database tables. Therefore, if we need to add a new person to our table, we would create a new row with the person's detail. With database management systems, you need to create your tables before you can enter data. Once you have created your table in design view, you can switch to database view to see the resulting table. You should see something like this. Adding data. There are a number of ways you can enter data into a database table. The method you choose will largely depend on your context. You will need to choose from the following methods: direct entry, form, structured query language (SQL), website or other application. You can type directly into the table while it's in datasheet view. Initially, this may seem like the quickest and easiest method, but it's not suitable if you have lots of data and or if non-technical users need to enter data. Form. If you use a desktop database program such as MS Access, you can set up a form so that non-technical users can enter data into the form. Once they submit the form, the data is automatically inserted into our table. The form could insert data into multiple tables too, saving you from having to open up each table to manually insert the data. Structured Query Language (SQL). You can use programming language called SQL to insert the data. We could also have used SQL to create the database and tables if we had wanted to. One advantage of this that you can save your SQL script for reuse. This could be handy if you need to insert the data into multiple databases, website or other applications. You could build a program that uses the database to store and retrieve data. The person entering the data doesn't need to have direct access to the database. They don't even need to have database software. By using SQL, your database could be part of a larger application such as website. Querying a database. Queries are one of the things that make databases so powerful. A query refers to the action of retrieving data from your database. Usually, you will be selective with how much data you want to return. If you have a lot of data in your database, you probably don't want to see everything. More likely, you will only want to see the data that fits a certain criteria. When using Design View, the database system actually uses SQL behind the scenes to generate the query. Relational database design. Most popular database management systems are relational systems and are usually referred to as relational database management systems. In the given picture, the database has 20 tables. Each table serves a specific purpose. The individual table can hold data that is strictly about the individual. The city table can hold a list of all cities. If we want to know which city each individual lives, we could store a pointer in the individual table to that city in the city table. The given example demonstrates the relationship between the individual table and the city table. The individuals in the individual table live in cities that are defined in the city table. Therefore, we can cross-reference each individual record with a city record. In the city table, each record has a unique identifier. A unique identifier is a value that is unique to each record. This identifier can be as simple as in incrementing numbers. Secondly, when entering each individual into the individual table, instead of writing out the full city name in that table, we only need to add the city's unique identifier. In this table, the unique identifier is a number. So we enter this number into the city ID column of the individual table. Data entry standards. Objectives. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand relevant data entry standards followed in the industry, understanding role and importance of data entry operator in supporting business operations such as help desk. Introduction. Accurate, easily accessible business data is vital to make informed decisions, enable better understanding, improve forecasting, and above all, to propel growth. Data entry is a tedious, time-consuming task that requires both precision and accuracy. Entering and storing data error-free takes time, effort, and precision. Data entry operator has to work with a very high degree of accuracy, should have a commitment to security and ability to complete all the data entry needs on time. They are responsible for the accuracy and completeness of data elements that they maintain. Misuse or inappropriate use by individuals will result in revocation of access privileges. Data entry accuracy. Data entry accuracy means to define quality of data. Companies achieving data entry accuracy are successful when they define the client desired data accuracy. Part of the measurement process is developing an accuracy standard. The standard should reflect the minimum acceptable accuracy rate by the company. Each data entry operator's data or keying accuracy rate is compared against the standard. Measurement validates the progress towards achieving data accuracy goals. The practice of consistent measurement helps attain and maintain data entry accuracy. When measurement is reliable process, an active part of data capture conversion task, the resulting information is valuable to the organization and its customers. When a data entry operator knows transcribed data will continuously checked for accuracy, there is a heightened attention to correcting keying, interpretation rules, and exception data processing. The process of measurement also includes identification and categorization of errors so corrective action can be defined and initiated. Data entry standards. Given below are the general data entry guidelines. Avoid special characters like commas, periods, quotes, stars, parentheses, and pound signs. Use uppercase only for customer name and address information. Avoid double space like 1234 street space APT 4 apartment 4. Avoid special effects like bold, italics or underline. Avoid shortcuts. Take time to accurately and completely enter the name and address information. While you should not abbreviate the name of the street, the type of street is always abbreviated. Use ST not street, DR not drive, etc. Use data entry fields for their intended uses only. Do not put notes or messages into any data field that is part of mailing address. For example, bad debt may be important to know, but it's not good to put this in the company name, as this will show on the mail to the customer. Always take your time and choose the right item in any list box or pull down list that you see on the computer screen. For example, you may be asked to select the customer source of sale from a list of choice. Never just select the first or default choice just because you are too busy or not sure. These list box choices are needed by the system in order to make good decisions in the marketing and operations, and you are responsible for accurately picking the correct list box choice. Customer ID code. There is no standard for customer ID code, but in general, it should be 15 characters or less, all uppercase and contain no special characters like commas or quotes. Company name. Company name are often typed a variety of ways, leading to duplicates and other problems. A company named B&K Storage Insurance might be entered as. So there are 4 different ways of typing B&K Storage, as you can see on the screen. It is very important to spell the company name correctly. If you are not sure, ask the customer to spell the name or offer to spell it back to the customer to confirm that you have it right. Leave the company name blank if the customer is a residential customer. Below are examples of wrong ways to enter company and contacts for residential customers. The correct way to do it is contact name. This is tricky as many systems separate the contact name into first and last name, whereas others just have you type the entire name into one area. If the contact name is Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, then the correct entry is last Ramesh Tendulkar, first Sachin. However, if your computer system does not separate first and last names as separate entry items, then depending on your system, either of the following could be acceptable. Contact Ramesh Tendulkar, Sachin. Contact Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar. Address. The street address, like other customer information, should have no punctuation at all. Just the address information separated by single space. The address apartment 102 Safdarjung Enclave B7 could be typed as. Notice that street suffixes are always abbreviated. Here are few examples. Phone numbers. The phone numbers should always include the area code and follow the format. In many systems, you actually type the phone number digits without any formatting, and the system supplies the format when you complete the entry. Dates. All dates must be entered completely and accurately. Depending on your system, you might enter March 7, 2003 as. Measuring data quality. Data quality can be measured by counting the number of defects per 1,000 customers. Defects include missing required information like phone number or PIN code, duplicate customers, typing error in the name or address field, inappropriate entries like putting the company name in the address field or entering the contact name in the company name and again in the contact name. Dates that are impossible either in the future or many years in the past. Verification. After the data entry operator completes the verification, a report with discrepancies in both data files will be generated. This can be done after comparing both the files, and correction must be made in verified data, which will be used for further process cycle. Validation. After the verification is cleared by the DEO, then the supervisor performs the secondary editing. Although the software on which a DEO usually works is designed in such a manner that it is able to identify any inconsistency at the time of the data entry. However, there are some inconsistencies that require the attention of subject matter specialists or senior staff to resolve them. If changes are required, the supervisor asks the DEO to modify the data, and the corrected data is further forwarded for data validation. Backup of all the data is taken as soon as the data passes the validation phase. Types of data entry services. There is wide range of data entry services offered by the companies, which include data entry services. It includes business data entry, image data entry, medical and insurance claims data entry, online data entry, offline data entry, and remote desktop data entry services. Form processing services. It includes purchase or sale orders, administration documents, survey forms, insurance claims, medical insurance bills, payroll market research forms, medical records, insurance claims, and bankers' checks processing. Types of data entry services. Types of data entry services. OCR, Optical Character Recognition Services. It can convert hard copy into electronic formats, which involves document scanning, indexing, conversion, and archiving services for organization. The steps involved in the OCR are scanning process, scanning to the preferred format such as PDF, PDF searchable, TIFF, JPEG, etc. Indexing. Indexing each document once it gets scanned as per the requirement, for example, title, name, address, reference number, date, etc. Storage media. The scanned data is normally supplied on CD, DVD, or USB. When supplying confidential data, it is normally encrypted using 128-bit encryption. OCR processing. OCR processing services involves converting documents to fully text searchable PDFs or into a database. This can be very beneficial when it comes to searching for particular files, as these files will be completely searchable by text. Storage. Data warehouses. A data warehouse is a collection of databases that work together. A data warehouse makes it possible to integrate data from multiple databases, which can give new insights into the data. The ultimate goal of a database is not just to store data, but to help businesses make decisions based on that data. The data warehouse supports this goal by providing an architecture and tools to systematically organize and understand data from multiple databases. Data mining. Data mining is the process of analyzing data and summarizing it to produce useful information. Data mining uses sophisticated data analysis tools to discover patterns and relationships in large data sets. These tools are much more than basic summaries or queries, as much more complicated algorithms. When data mining is used in business application, it is also referred to as business analytics or business intelligence. Data mining consists of 5 major elements. Extract, transform, and load transaction data onto the data warehouse system. Store and manage the data in a multi-dimensional database system. Provide data access to business analysts and information technology professionals. Analyze the data by application software Present the data in a useful format such as a graph or table. Some application of data storage is banking. For customer information, accounts and loans and banking transactions. Airlines. For reservation and schedule information, airlines were among the first to use databases in a geographical distributed manner. Terminals situated around the world access the central database system through phone lines and other data networks. Universities for student information, course registration and grades. Credit card transaction for purchase on credit cards and generation of monthly statements. Telecommunication for keeping records of all calls made, generating monthly bills, maintaining balances on prepaid calling cards, and storing information about the communication networks. Finance for storing information about holdings, sales, and purchase of financial instruments such as stocks and bonds. Sales for customer, product, and purchase information. Manufacturing for management of supply chain and for tracking production of items in factories, inventories of items in warehouses, stores, and orders for items. Data entry errors. At the end of this session, you will be able to understand the different data entry errors that you may come across while undertaking data entry services. One of the most important elements of database programming is handling database errors. The data entry errors may involve database error management, database access management, application installation, security hardening. Let us discuss about it in detail. Database error management. Any robust database application must contain error taping mechanism to prevent an inexperienced or careless user to input a bad value into a data field or delete a record that should not be deleted. Another error might pop up while trying to connect to a database that does not exist. These types of errors are generally referred to database errors, and managing it is known as database error management. It includes wrong input of data, input in wrong field, duplication of data. Wrong input of data. It includes wrong input of data. For example, in a college, the details of the student are entered in a particular form. In this, the details of Geeta are not filled correctly. Her class entered is MBA instead of BBA. Input in wrong field. For example, the details of the student are entered in a wrong field. That is, in place of class, the roll number is entered. Duplication of data. For example, the details of one student is input 2 times, and on the other hand, the details of other student is missing. Database access management. Database activity, monitoring, and auditing has become a critical challenge for organizations due to increasing importance of data integrity, privacy, and security. The need to continuously audit database access by privileged and non-privileged users on a large number of databases can be addressed through the use of database access management system. Features of database access management. Some of the important features of database access management are: it monitors both agent-based and network-based activities. It alerts on abnormal access requests and database attacks in real time. It accelerates incident response and forensic investigation through centralized management and advanced analytics. It provides audit reports to demonstrate compliance with regulatory requirements. It helps in identifying database and objects in scope for compliance and security projects. Application installation. Application installation comprises of installing application software to your system. Any wrong step can lead to severe loss for the organization. For example, if any of the software is not installed properly, then it may lead to data corruption. With this, there is some problem in the access of the data. If the antivirus is not installed properly, then the system is not protected from the virus, which may lead to loss of data or data corruption. Security hardening. Consistent, continual IT security hardening is enterprises' most valuable security control. It minimizes network vulnerabilities, reduces the attack surface, and helps your organization avoid becoming a victim of zero-day exploits. Most security solutions simply try to limit outside access to the system where your sensitive data resides. This perimeter-centric approach to security leaves your infrastructure vulnerable to attack and compromise. This is known as security hardening. It includes unauthorized access and limit access. Unauthorized access. Gaining access to a website, a software program, a server, or some other type of system usually requires a password and username. If the username or password entered is incorrect, an unauthorized access message may be displayed. Limited access. It is a setting that lets you provide less than complete access to your information or your stuff. When you invite someone to be friends from the web, or when you accept an invitation to be friends, you have the option to limit that person's access.